This is really the meal of the day where we have the most room for improvement. So where I am in the US, where this curriculum was developed, breakfast is really synonymous with not much of redeeming health quality. So, eggs, bacon, sausage, a lot of highly processed carbohydrates to make up things like pancakes, waffles, muffins, pastries, and then, potentially even worse are just the, very highly sugared, processed breakfast foods such as, cereals and other bars, which, tout all of their health benefits, but it seems that the more they advertise on the box to be healthful, the less healthful they actually are. So I feel like breakfast really presents us with an opportunity to practice things like label reading, which I encourage everyone to do, and we have handouts with the curriculum that instruct people on how to do that. If it's not something that you've done before, working with a dietitian to really get a good handle on that is really going to be time well invested in your health. For this session, we really want to do a few things to make breakfast a much better start to the day. It will make you feel better, improve your performance, and certainly help your health. So a few things that we do are, draw from other cultures around the world, where salads rich in beans and vegetables are a big part of breakfast, say in the Middle East. Or to add vegetables to things that might not typically have a lot of vegetables. So instead of just having scrambled eggs, you can add some vegetables in there. You can really amp up the vegetables in any meal of the day to improve the health benefits of that. When I do this class, I teach two versions, one that's entirely plant-based, which is moving toward more optimal health for breakfast. And that is also not just plant-based, but also based on whole foods. And then I have another version that incorporates some other foods, such as how would you work in eggs if you want to keep those and move along a spectrum to a healthier diet. What about dairy versus non-dairy, milks, yogurts, things like that. So that's all covered in the different materials in the course. So today we'll do a few things. We'll demonstrate a couple recipes that incorporate more whole grains. So instead of having those very, very processed carbohydrate pancakes and waffles, we're going to work in a bunch of whole grains and seeds to improve the healthfulness of those. And we'll also make a quick syrup that's made with some frozen blueberries and just a little maple syrup to sweeten, to dress that, which will really reduce the amount of added sugar that you would add if you were using a traditional pancake syrup. Of course, you can always add fresh fruit to serve with that, which will improve the fiber content and reduce the sugar as well. We'll make a couple different tofu scrambles. So one, as you can see, ingredients are laid out here where we're going to add a lot of vegetables. And this is great on its own as an egg replacement, but it's also a great filling for tacos, burritos. It's great to put on a salad. One of the things that we make in the course when we're not having a separate session on bowls, which I encourage you to go to the Building Healthy Bowls session and go through that. But we would also put together a Buddha bowl with a lot of shredded kale or dark leafy greens, some pickled onions, some leftover roasted veggies like roasted sweet potatoes, a whole grain like quinoa or really any other whole grain that you like, and some shredded fresh veggies like cabbage, and then whatever protein that you like that we've made in the course. So the veggies, this veggie tofu scramble, or if you're someone having eggs, you could have that. I also have a quick recipe that I'll put in the curriculum that we're not demonstrating today that is some quick pan crisp chickpeas with some chili powder and garlic powder. Just a nice way to just open and drain a can of beans, season it, and you have an instant, super inexpensive protein. For $1, $1.50, you get 3 full servings of a protein-rich food. Really can't beat that. And then we'll also make eggs. So we'll talk about, eggs, how much, how often, how to make the healthfulness of those better. So I'll demonstrate how to make all the basic egg preparations that people are familiar with. There are many, many that we won't cover. So, the story goes with all the pleats in a chef's cap, that there's over 100 pleats, and those are to represent the different ways that you can prepare eggs. So, theoretically, if you're, a classic chef, you should know that many ways to prepare eggs. So we'll cover hard-boiled, we'll cover fried, so over easy, over medium, over hard. We'll cover scrambles and omelets, and also how to add veggies, as I mentioned. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with all those delicious breakfast options.